What is up, YouTube? This is Piccolo the Ibmore, and I'm back with a video. So now I'm here to hand out a red pill like a senzu bean. Now, yesterday I said I was going to make a two-part entry on SMV, and yesterday I did women's SMV. So now today I'm gonna be speaking on male SMV. Now, I know in the last video I said men age like wine and women age like milk, which is true. So now I'm going to break down in series of phases on how men age like wine. So men don't necessarily have the head start that women have. And there's this misconstruction that they say women age faster or mature faster than men. And I don't necessarily believe that. It's not that they age quicker or mature quicker. It's just the fact that they had a head start. Women start puberty at like 9 or 10, while men start at like 12 or 13. So they have a 2-year head start on us. And not to mention, their maturation doesn't last as long. So I'm gonna be speaking. I'm gonna go into the first phase on male SMV. So from the age 16 to 24, I call the struggle years. Now during this time period, this is where you're gonna struggle to find your identity, and honestly, your SMV is pretty low at this point, especially if you're in high school. Like from the age 16 to 18, your SMV is really low. The only way you can get to some of that stuff in high school is you have to be a man of status. So you have to either be really good at a sport or really popular. You just have to be well known for something. If you're not well known for anything, well, then you're gonna get ignored. That's in high school. It's also like that in college too, actually, because, well, by the time we're in college, we're gonna be from 18 to 22-ish, especially if you're going to a co-ed school. And at this time, women are gonna be at the peak. They're gonna be at the top of the mountain. So they're gonna be in their physical prime. While men, on the other hand, are, they're still struggling. You know what I mean? Like, the women, they're gonna be sleeping with their professors just to get a high grade, cause they can. While us men, we have to fight for everything. I mean, that's how it's always been. It is what it is. Now, there are some men who happen to peak during these early parts of their life. I don't know, because they just happen to look more mature. You ever see those guys that just look really grown, but they're like young as hell. They just happen to look like grown men while in high school or college. And the thing with those guys is they sort of burn out like a star, because once they peak in high school or college, afterwards it's like, it's not like they try to develop themselves, But hey, keep in mind, because there's beauty in this struggle. So during these early portions of your life, this is where you should start to develop yourself. Get in really good shape, physically and mentally, and sort of try to establish your career from the get-go. And don't try to focus on these women, because that's what a lot of simps do. And they end up in these bad situations, like having a kid by like 22. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. Now, the next phase is from 25 to 32, and I call it your physical prime. Now, this is the phase where you're going to be perhaps in the best physical shape of your life. This is where you're going to be able to... This is where your grown man strength comes in. You're going to be able to lift the heaviest, or perhaps you'll be able to do that more early later on in life. But at the same time, you're gonna be extremely agile and quick, and also have really young legs. So your legs are gonna be like springs, you know. So you won't have to deal with certain health issues, and you're gonna physically mature at that age. You're gonna be more desirable, and this is the age where most men are finally able to grow beards. Because I mean, I know some guys who are able to do it in like high school, but there's men who finally get full beards during this stage because they they fully developed into their body. Like example, take a look at athletes, right? You know, if you look at any athletes during their rookie year, they're gonna look real skinny, and their face is gonna look real clean because because of the lack of facial hair. They're gonna basically look like a kid compared to grown men. Like example, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I remember when he first came into the NBA, his first year, skinny as hell. But you know, hey, he finally got into his physical prime. He's in his physical prime right now, and that can apply to any sport. And so you're gonna be more desirable, and you're gonna get a better selection of women. But you're still not gonna be wise. You're still gonna get caught up in dumb shit, all for the sake of the pee. You know what I mean? I mean, I still know guys in their 40s who still get caught up in dumb shit. I mean, it's pretty silly, but it is what it is. So if they're getting caught up in their 40s, imagine what they're doing in their 20s. But yeah, you're not necessarily wise yet. I mean, yeah, sure, you're smarter and more knowledgeable, but you're not as wise. But you should have more stability, have perhaps living on your own, and have your own things. Hey, some guys even I can't even say guys are ready to settle down at this age. You know what I mean? Because they're still relatively young. But once you hit your early 30s, that's when life your perspective on life changes. You become much more a bit more cerebral. But you're in your early 30s, and like they say, 30 is the new 20. And you'll notice guys who look better in their early 30s than in their early 20s. So, I mean, like I said, there's beauty in the struggle. You just gotta be patient. Patience is a virtue. So, let me get on to the next phase. From 30 to 40, 33 to 40, that is the age where men settle down. Yeah. Now that you're in your 30s, you're wiser now. You're much more cerebral. You're still in good shape. You still look the same you did in your, later 20s. But you're not gonna have as much energy. But that's okay, because with less energy, you won't be as reckless. And from this stage, you're gonna have a wide selection of women. So you can go for a young 22-year-old, or you can even go for a MILF. Yeah. It's pretty cool. So at this point in your life, you should definitely be well established into your career. You should be making good money, have a nice car, and have a nice apartment or house. Usually, men this age, that's the age they want to settle down. That's why I call it the settle down stage. They find them a young chick and inseminate her. She bears life, and you know, he settled down. And now you're much more reliable. You can sort of give wisdom to the youth, especially if you're gonna have kids. If not, then you can just do your thing. You feel me? It's like you have the combination of the physical and the mental. Now you're past your physical prime, but you're just about to enter your mental prime, which your mental prime is in your 40s. So once you're in your 40s, that is the time you'll make the most money in your life, fam. In your life. You're gonna. Oh, and this is also the age where you might hit that midlife crisis, but you only get a midlife crisis if you made wrong decisions throughout your life. 40 may be the new 30. Hey, you ever hear those people who comment on how young you look? Oh, you look so young. Oh, wow, you're that age. Oh, wow, you're so young looking. You're gonna appreciate it one day. Well, they're right, and that's gonna be in your 40s. Like, look at Nas, or look at Pharrell. They still look the same as they did in their 20s. I mean, people can say Will Smith and others, but Will Smith, he does look a bit chunkier. Not like chunkier, but he looks thicker. Feel me? And I don't know what happens when you're 50 plus. I didn't plan that far ahead. I mean, but then again, I think at that point in your life, you're going to be more content with life. You're going to be more at peace, I suppose. You know what I mean? Because I don't be hearing about 50-year-olds getting themselves into mischiefs. I mean, there's some knuckleheads out there, but whatever. We don't really pay attention to the knuckleheads. So yeah, to all my young guys who are like in high school or college, just focus on the grind, don't really pay attention to women. Don't get caught up in trying to slay all the tail because like that could sort of cause a backslide in your life, you feel me? Like you wouldn't want to get someone pregnant or catch a STD. So, you just got to focus on life cuz women do take a lot out of us, you feel me? They are a huge distraction. I mean, yeah, sure, they're nice to have, but don't make them a priority. Because if you make them a priority, they'll be a downfall. Your downfall. And, I mean, yeah, man. Look, you just gotta be patient. There's no scarcity of women. And don't worry about all the other content creators who are talking about how much booty they're looting, like they're pirates. Life's not no damn contest. It's not about who can get the most women. It's about pleasing the most high. You feel me? But yeah. Hey, I'm only 22 myself, so I'm going through the struggle years, and it's been a struggle. But you know what? It's all a part of the plan. So just be patient. And now, to close it out. What's with all these niggas and they feelings, man? All of this, and I'm still the man. Thought of this when I was just a fan, but all this money wasn't in the plan. Now I'm all about them Benjamin, stacking hard, you in the stands. All this paper, I'm the businessman. Getting all this money, I'm the businessman. Yeah, I know that was corny, but hey, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back with more content. So peace.